Okay then, let's see what like this is. In typical Aspire fashion, I think they'll I think Tomb Raider had this as well actually, because I've just booted up the game and it's just like, oh, here you go, and it's just like immediately full screen, nae settings, like nae menu whatsoever, and it's like my way or the highway. Had to bring out the laptop here to look at the chat because it's full screen. I can't even see my fucking chat. So, oh well. Let's So I've chosen, when I was setting up the stream, you go to pick your game. I've chosen like Soul Reaver 2. But I'm gonna muck about in the first one for a little bit. We actually streamed Soul Reaver 1 not too long, probably a year ago at this point, but not super long ago we streamed Soul Reaver 1. And but Soul Reaver 2, it may be 20 years since I played this fucking game. I've watched playthroughs on YouTube, but I've no played it myself in ages, so I'm very, very curious to see how this goes. So, those like Legacy of Raziel rolls off the tongue a bit better, doesn't it? They couldn't be fucked remastering Blood Omen. Here's this creepy arse title screen again. See, look at this. It's replicating the options screen in all its 4x3 glory, but there is like no way to. There's no way to like up the. I guess you can figure your controls if you want, but there's no way to actually like change the resolution, make it like borderless, whatever. It's weird how they choose to do it this way. It really is, but oh well. Okay, this is remastered to fuck. Oh, subtitles.
The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth.
It's even like gone at a higher frame rate. This is all like my raw. Mega Boy. This is all like my raw reactions to this remastered.
Me and my brethren.
This is all like my raw reaction.
Firstborn of his lieutenant.
How many times have I said raw reaction? Shit. It's no blind, Sephiroth. It's blind for the remaster.
I have served him a millennium. Over time, he became less human and more divine. Cain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years
Oh man, you see like little details in this fucking cutscene that you couldn't on the Dreamcast. That's something I know about this game right off the bat that I'm wanting to like moan about. I'll wait till we get to the game before I do though. I wonder if you can skip this cutscene. I don't think you could skip it on the Dreamcast. This fucking song, man. Makes me, oh god, it looks so smooth. I wonder if it's like AI upscaled. It can't be. It looks too good for that.
I earned a new kind of reward.
This does not look like the same quality of cutscenes that you would get in Sonic Colors Ultimate.
There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the lake of the dead. Cast him in.
Is there no music at all? Can you not hear it, Sephiroth? How is the audio actually? Does it sound okay?
I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist.
This is definitely playing music. I can hear it.
And a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me.
It's pretty quiet. Hold on. I'll up the desktop audio a little bit.
Eternity passed, and my torment
Okay.
proceeded.
Wondering if that seems okay. If it's still a bit quiet, I'll up the game. Maybe I can up the game audio itself.
Had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Raziel, one of the coolest motherfuckers in gaming. Right, hold on, is it gonna...
I know you, Raziel.
It's so weird seeing this with subtitles.
What madness is this?
Right, is this gonna be like Tomb Raider? I can just hit back.
This that I have come to inhabit. Death would be a release
No.
next to this travesty.
Start, maybe? I don't want to skip the cutscene. I can just pause.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel.
Oh, can you not just switch right to back and forth? Oh, the right stick. Oh, yeah, that's how you did it on the Remastered, yeah.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
Okay, so yeah, they updated the fuck out of his, like, character model.
I am destroyed.
Looks much more in line with, like, the CG cutscenes and whatnot.
Kane's abomination
Um,
saps the essence
But yeah, like, they've used... I feel like such a Sonic fan right now. Okay, they've used the model from the PS1 version of Soul Reaver. Because Raziel did actually have another updated model for the Dreamcast that looks way better than this, you know?
cannot spin them in the
Oh god, that looks good.
They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Kane. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to read their souls. I can make it possible. Become my Soul Reaver.
My Angel of Death. Right. Okay, we can use the right analog stick. It's a bit of a one-up fay on the Dreamcast. We had to use left and right on the D-pad to rotate the camera. Sneak. Oh, aye, there's a map screen. Wait, is this like save everywhere? No, that's just, it's not a save screen. Yeah, they added like a full map screen here, which doesn't look too readable, not gonna lie. But yeah, it like shows you how many, you know, like the power-ups and that you've got to find in the area, you know. And like, I've played this game a lot, but not like that much, and like, I do still have to, every time I play for it, I do still have to like check a walkthrough. It's like, right, where was that last glyph? Where was that last, like, thing that, that slice of pizza that increases your health, you know? Misty, my man, did you also pick up the Power Rangers game today? Was that today? I did not. Okay, oh, Chad. I'm not, like, too fussed about it. How did it review, actually? Hello, CW. Okay. Okay, apparently the game is running up. How does this game, how does it look, by the way, guys? I was having some really, like, bad, I was having some bad luck with the, with my stream before. Apparently the quality was, like, horrific. Because this is the second time I've streamed with this new monitor. And this monitor can do 144 Hz. And apparently the game is running at 144 Hz, according to the Steam overlay. So I don't know if that's what killed my stream last time. I'm not too sure, but hopefully it looks okay now. I didn't give any out of town, so... Ugh, IGN. Who gives a fuck? KO Chad, really.
These gates twist space, laying a path across great spans.
It hurts the stream. It did yeah, like, at the weekend there, I tried to play, like, Gaiden, and I don't know if Twitch was just, like, having a bad night, but I could not stream at all. It was so annoying. But aye, these are, like, the teleporting. Like I said, we streamed this not too long ago. I want to get onto Soul Reaver 2 shortly, but I just want to muck about a little bit on Soul Reaver 1 first, you know? Yeah, I'm much more interested in Soul Reaver 2 at this point. Never played this game, let's get the collection at some point. Yeah, I would recommend it. I mean, okay. I recommend the games, I should say, CW. I don't know, I've not played this remaster yet, but it's looking quite good so far. We can make it look all like the PlayStation 1.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed.
Sonic 6 got the dumbest Sonic statue ever. Wait ends that again.
Deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
Only had Blood Omen 2 on the Xbox. Okay, I've never actually played Blood Omen, Sephiroth. Blood Omen 1 recently became available for download on the PS5, you know, as part of like the classics lineup. You can buy it independently. I do actually want to sit down and play it eventually. But I hear so many like I hear a lot of like excuse me. I hear a lot of bad things about Blood Omen 2. Apparently it's like very universally accepted to be the worst Legacy of Kain game. I don't know. I've not played that one either. I want to play Blood Omen 1 first. But I know for a fact that I love Soul Reaver. I love Soul Reaver 2. Defiance is alright. I've not played that since it came out either.
Countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
It'll be nice to... Hopefully they do like a second collection. I mean, okay, I'll say this, right? If they went to the fucking bother of remastering Tomb Raider, you know, Angel of Darkness, surely they'll remaster, Blood Omen 2. It can't be worse than that, alright? Come here, you... Alright, well, so far it feels very slick. Like I said, I'm playing at 144 Hz on a...
Your conduit between the spectral and
excuse me.
with their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored.
I'm getting a lot of like that Tomb Raider remaster energy just looking at this, to be honest.
Your physical body at any time.
I actually really wanted to get this this collection on Steam, because I think I've said before, but that Tomb Raider remaster was actually the first game I ever played like on my Steam Deck, or at least it was the game that was like I had that was new when I got my Steam Deck. So I've played a lot of like the classic Tomb Raider on my Steam Deck. Okay, this is weird. I'm trying to... I don't hit up on the D-pad anymore to... I could probably bind it, actually.
Station in the physical world.
I'm gonna do that, in fact.
Or absorb too many wounds. This fragile matter will dissolve.
Oh god, like I said, these PS1 graphics, like... I'm a fucking Dreamcast boy, man. Damn it. Is there even anything up there? No, I can't get that just yet. Need to get a Steam Deck. I mean, you maybe don't need to, but they're nice to have, for sure. Let's see, can I bind it so that up is like, that's keyboard, configure controller. Glyph menu. No, it's not letting me do up on the D-pad. Surely they would have known that. Surely they would have been like, there's some arseholes out there that would have played this game on the Dreamcast that are used to hitting up on the D-pad to open up the glyph menu. But no. Oh well.
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
I love how when you splash, when he dips his toe into that fucking... What is that? What is that? Is that supposed to show up there? That little symbol?
What are these creatures?
Doomna's Wains.
They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not
MDK.
kill on high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close
Yoto.
as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that
Oh yeah, Raziel's voice actor is like,
water
you know,
scorches
mwah.
grass
I think he was on like Transformers or something.
by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
So far this meeting from what I've played, the only thing I'd have liked would have the Dreamcast novel graphics. I was just moaning about that, Adam. It's just kind of weird for me looking at the game like this, you know. It's like, no, this isn't how I remember it, you know.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
Where'd that soul go?
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
Okay, so that little icon, is that new? Or is that in the PS1 version? That was not there on the Dreamcast. Looks like Shadow the Hedgehog's logo a little bit. It's new. I guess just to let you know that, hey, you can do something here. Oh, people bought the fuck out of this. What is that? Collection, okay. Me too, me too. Alright, it's nice to see like something new from Legacy of Kain for how long? When was the last game was Defiance? That was like 2004 or 5? Flippin' heck.
The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble.
Man, remember Nosgoth. Okay, Adam, is that the...
Dust of its form
I feel like I always get this wrong, right?
and yet
Was Nosgoth like an MMO?
emerged. In the instant between my
Alright.
execution
Because I remember being on the webs. I remember in like the mid 2000s being on the website for Nosgoth. Alright? Was it like an MMO? Because I definitely never played it.
Earth strange to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant.
No, I have not played the... Okay, you're going to keep asking me, so no, I haven't played the AI Somnium sequels. And I have not seen the Netflix series on Devil May Cry, Zach.
In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out.
Last game was released in 2003, so that would have...
Collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
Like, that was Defiance, right? But again, what was Nosgoth? I really should... You know what? I'm going to look this shit up real quick. Hold on. Nosgoth. Nosgoth. Yeah, I remember seeing this logo. Aye. Nosgoth was a free-to-play multiplayer action game developed by Psionics. Oh, what did Psionics? What did they make? That sounds familiar. Well, what did they make? Oh my! The fucking Rocket League guys we're making this. Oh fuck. Yeah, it was cancelled. Right, that makes sense. Oh my god. If this came out, we might never had Rocket League. It's kind of scary to think about, really. Oh well. Anyway. Oh. You see that? You see that to the side there? See the texture? Well, the little invisible wall thing, really, coming in. That's too bad. 0 out of 10. Oh, come on. You're supposed to be on fire. So there's health power-ups. There's one there. Yeah, that's so helpful, honestly. The fact that I love it when games do that, right? I remember Ty the Tasmanian Tiger did this actually. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2, where it would actually like filter down how many collectibles, because that game had so many collectibles. It would actually filter down and tell you on the map screen like how many there is in that level. Okay, actually Ty 1 kind of did that as well with the hidden pictures. But anyway, to engineer the videos so Raziel's. The voice in Raziel's mind. The voice of Mega Man Reaver. Nah, he's no longer with us. There's like, I remember in Soul Reaver 2, there was like videos of the voice actors like doing their roles. And I even remember back then, Raziel's voice actor looked a bit old, so yeah, I guess that's not too surprising. Unfortunate, but yeah. Okay. I think I've seen what I want to see of this. I'm gonna go on to Soul Reaver 2 now, guys. Like I was saying this at the beginning, right? We played Soul Reaver 1 not that long ago, alright? On stream. I actually remember just before finishing it, I got like a migraine. I get these migraines sometimes, and I got one while we were playing like Soul Reaver, and it was like horrible. It was like such a severe headache. But Soul Reaver 2, it could be 20 years since I played this. I've not played Soul Reaver 2 in decades, so I'm very, very excited to get into this a little bit. So we're going to go right for it. We're going to watch the stupidly long cutscene. Cain refused the sacrifice. I only just recently... Okay, actually, I need to talk about this as well, guys. Do any of you guys know of a YouTuber by the name... In fact, I'm going to link their fucking YouTube channel in the chat. Okay, hold on. Do you guys know of a channel by the name of Strictly Fantasy? Alright? I just came across him recently because I've been looking up a bunch of, like, you know, Legacy of Kain bullshit. He does all these, like, really, really in-depth, you know, character studies and, like, lore videos and theory videos on the Legacy of Kain. And I've actually, in the past, like, couple of weeks, I've probably learned quite a bit about the Legacy of Kain lore that I never really knew, you know? It was, which has been interesting, you know? Because the thing about the lore in Legacy of Kain, right, is that it may potentially be the best video game lore ever, okay? I could actually, like, get behind that if that was, like, if people were saying that. But it's very, very confusing, alright? It's very... It's you're gonna have to put together a lot of brain cells to really like understand what you get from there. But hold on, let me there's his channel. I would, if you're into Soul Reaver. Oh, if you haven't played Soul Reaver, don't subscribe to him because he talks a lot about spoilers and the lore and shit. But if you do like Soul Reaver, there you go. Blue Stinger lore gives a run for its money. That's kind of up there as well, yeah. Right. I'm guessing the same thing here. There's no... It doesn't give us any way whatsoever to actually change the settings, but whatever. Okay, So the beginning cutscene of Soul Reaver is very long, and you can't skip it. All right, at least you couldn't on the PS2. So I used to watch this, like, particularly the in-game one after the FMV. But the thing about this FMV that we're about to see here, I remember it looked gorgeous on the PS2. How's it going to look here? On my nice OLED monitor.
I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you?
Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, at the end of Soul Reaver 1, Raziel fights Kain in this room. You know?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the
This looks a bit more so than the beginning cutscene of Soul Reaver 1. This one looks a bit more AI.
to see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite.
I got nothing wrong with, like, AI upscaling as long as it, you know, doesn't look terrible.
But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? As such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined.
Tell if I upset wrong.
Mobius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts. Fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
Well, they look better than the cutscenes in Sonic Colors Ultimate, Adam. I'll say that at least.
How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire?
Yeah, look at there's this like wavy line effect. Yeah, it's definitely looking a bit upscaled.
And his enemies
Game sound. Okay, hello, Serious Tim Show. Is it quiet? Oh, good.
to serve and those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil. A Seraphim was seized, defending Nosgoth
Nah.
from the corruption.
I don't know. I'll see if I can really put it up a bit more. I've already put it up a bit.
I find no nobility
Okay.
in unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
How about now?
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Seraphim were noble, altruistic? Don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, Adam. Aye.
You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
I love to look at these two, by the way, because Kain and Raziel are like two of the. It's like one of the best video game rivalries, as far as I'm concerned. All right, and I love looking at them and then remembering that they got made into little bots in Astrobot, and they look adorable there.
Raziel, Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time span,
Better than Kiryu and Majima.
to your destiny.
I mean, is that really a rivalry?
Where am I? Is the usual question. In your
Oh,
case,
wow.
when might be more apt.
Yeah, I was looking at this a bit earlier before, and I think I kind of prefer the way the PS2 model looks.
Their hands. But this is completely unexpected. This
I don't know if.
disables our
What-
vampire
what-
enemies,
What do you think, guys? PS2
necessitated
or remaster? I'll let you decide.
to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Mobius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you when...
Perhaps you should.
Oh god, I'm gonna keep doing this because,
But you
like I said, I haven't played it in like a decade, but
certain of that, Mobius.
I've watched a couple of playthroughs recently,
my
you know?
role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of
At least the cutscenes.
Raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Cain. Some 30 years from now.
You two are a pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, Raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, Raziel, I know you very well. And it grieves
His legs
me
weren't
how
moving there.
cruelly Cain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close. Oh, please. Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Sarafan priesthood?
Yes. But the
How's the
glorious
sound new, by the way,
have
guys?
long since passed,
Can you hear it now?
I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Vorador?
Hello, ZFS.
The most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me so? Your malefactor, Cain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then, but consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Cain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Cain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life.
I keep doing this because I keep wanting to do a quick comparison, alright?
Maintain their delicate
But so long since I played this.
is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Cain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
How come everybody in the Legacy of Kain can, like, teleport?
Alone,
except Raziel.
I surveyed my
I mean, yeah, I can go into the spirit realm, but, you know, that's awfully convenient, the whole teleporting thing. Even Kane can do it, but does he fuck do that in, like, Defiance or whatever?
crystal was significant, but how? I have not yet discovered.
Oh god, that crystal actually looks really off. Yeah, that actually looks better on the PS2, I feel. It's like... It's so weird, right? I feel like... Okay. When people... Okay. How many of you have been following, like, all the shit that's been going on with, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, the new? Alright? Because... I'm seeing people talk about, like, that Switch port, and... I get the same vibe, and I can't believe we keep coming back to this, right? I get the same vibe people talking about it that... Let me try that again. I get the same vibe from people talking about that game as I did when people were talking about Sonic Colors Ultimate, whereas they kind of like changed up a few things, and people are just like, no, it's wrong, fuck you, how can you do this? Why did you add a little bit of bloom? You've ruined it forever. And to me, it always just comes off as like quite exaggerated, you know? Whereas I'm playing this, and I am kind of getting that, like, it's not objectively worse, it does just look quite different, and I'm getting this sort of like feeling that, I kind of prefer the way OG looks, but I feel inclined to use the remaster because that's new, you know? I want to like see it, right? Let me see if I can like identify these see if I can identify these murals here. Okay, that is Vorador killing Ariel. Was it Ariel that, was it Vorador that killed Ariel? I don't know. That's Vorador again. These are all Vorador, isn't it? Ah, yeah, it is. It's just Vorador being a fanny. All I've seen of it is war comparison. I don't... like it was missing some effects. Again, maybe it's still a work in progress, Adam. I don't know, but people are getting very uppity about that game, you know? I wasn't even like that fussed about it, but yeah. Hello, Marshall. Okay, we don't need to be in here just yet. Do you have a map in this game as well? Not quite. Yeah, you don't have any... Oh, wait. Oh, wait, you do? Oh, wait, this was in the OG game. Oh. And it's just as useless here as it is in the Soul Reaver 1. Okay, that's got that little icon and all. This was such a gorgeous fucking game for the PS2, and I think it was like I don't know if it was launch or like very near launch. See, can I? Yeah, you can just like kill guys with just your bare hands. There's definitely a bit more focus on combat in Soul Reaver 2 from what I remember. I'll always remember the very end of the game where it's like a stupid like gauntlet, you know? Like you have to defeat so many fucking enemies at the very end of this game. Soul Reaver game on demo but never worked out. Spiral meter dead. It's your health. 100-man fight. Don't you mean 70-man fight? Right, let me okay, so yeah, we have like a guard button in this game. Yakuza, this is not. Hello. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Nope, here we go, no head no more. Let's just keep going this way, I suppose. There's a door back there. Now I want to go back and see it.
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Sarafan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Cain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
Can I even go back now? Can I backtrack a little bit? So I think if you crouch and hit attack, yeah, he puts a weapon down. Where's that music? That doesn't sound right. I just want to go back, see where that door takes me. Oh. Nowhere now, apparently. It doesn't, but it is the same way in the original, the weird flute, right? Yeah, like I said, it's been so many years since I played this game. I'm just gonna call you Zed, sorry. So I might just be like being critical for the sake of it, but yeah.
Away from the influence of Mobius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Mobius a powerful advantage over his enemies. I finally understood how Mobius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. But why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
Right, so this, yep, it still operates on a Soul Reaver 1 rules. I have to be at full health in order to use it. And it's quite easy for these arseholes to get like a little chip of damage in, so no Reaver for me. But mind you, the Reaver kind of, I remember the Reaver kind of sucking in Soul Reaver 2. Because it would take out enemies like quite quickly, but it would devour the souls of your enemies, so you couldn't like replenish your health. And also, like, what else to do? You can't use it too much or it'll like start hurting Raziel. Yeah, I remember that. Right, you can actually, Raziel can actually shoot projectiles without. See what I mean? Oh, Jesus. Raziel can actually like shoot projectiles without the Reaver. Let's see. Oh wait, it's not until like a little bit later that I can yeah.
As I neared the stronghold's inner sanctum, a strange sensation crept over me. An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me.
Okay, so I'm having a bit of deja vu here, right? Because I definitely had a demo for Soul Reaver 2 growing up, and I think this cutscene was not in the demo.
So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Mobius's crusade. I was reminded of Cain's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Mobius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Moscow. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Cain. I had not thought such a thing was possible, until, of course, Cain shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus, the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me, became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade, embracing its twin, its mirror self. The Reaver's long dormant
Shut up, CW.
was now fully aroused, and for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity, willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a sentient parasite competing for control. What have you done to me, Mobius? Is this your trap?
How mine? Don't forget it was Cain who led you here, not I. While you curse me, the only soul in Nosgoth ready to guide and assist you, Cain laughs at our folly and revels in your dismay.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures.
Apparently this is a very important moment in the lore.
Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Mobius. Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions.
Cain just seems misunderstood. I know you're probably saying that to take the piss Sephiroth, but he actually kind of is.
While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Cain, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the wheel of fate demands it.
What did you say?
The wheel of fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God, Raziel. To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Mobius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Cain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Cain out and destroy him. In the name of the one God we both serve.
I think it's digital only.
Who were once a seraphim priest.
Maybe limited run will Gears,
Destroyed, reborn again from his mercy.
Gears Sutton in the future, and then we can get it in another 3 years.
To be his agent. His instrument of restoration and retribution.
Because you started with Blood Omen. I'm still trying to play Blood Omen, Sephiroth, but okay, if there's definitely like Team Cain or Team Raziel, yeah, I'm definitely Team Raziel. I kind of have to be.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the Reaver would now turn its hunger on me.
So yeah, you double tap the B button to turn the Reaver on and off. Which, don't ask me why, in the early PS2 days I thought that was the coolest thing. I don't know why. You double tap it to turn it on and off. That's so cool. I don't know why I thought it was cool, okay? We were all children at one point. We were all stupid as fuck.
This was the legendary Janos Ordrin, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore,
Yeah, it is a CW Aspire.
Osgard's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villagers below. His reign of terror ended when the Sarafan finally hunted him down and tore his throbbing heart from his still living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Sarafan therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Ordrin truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Sarafan, who sought to lionize...
They should have let Aspire remaster the GTA trilogy. So, I wouldn't say that they're amazing at what they do, and I've already moaned about it a couple of times during the stream, but there are absolutely no graphics options in this remaster, and it's the same with Tomb Raider, and I think that's stupid. But didn't the Grand Theft Auto trilogy recently have their redemption arc? Like, isn't that good now, that collection? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, Raziel can do projectiles. But you can't do them without going into first-person mode anymore. Like, you can... No, wait. You can't do them outside of first-person view mode, sorry. Like Soul Reaver 1. I think I'm going to say it now. I think the combat was actually better in Soul Reaver 1. I think I'm going to go with that. They had a patch, but I still don't like it. Still has plenty of issues. Is it? Okay. Well, Tomb Raider graphics master. No, it doesn't have any. Like, I can't even play this game outside of full screen mode, Marshall. I'm playing in full screen mode. I'm reading the chat off my laptop here because I literally can't play in windowed mode. Like, I could probably. There's probably some sort of thing you could do with the INI file, but I'm not that smart. All right. Press Alt Enter. Oh my God, really? Fuck you, Aspire. Fuck you, Aspire.
As a memorial to my former Sarafan brethren and myself.
Can I make it a little bit bigger?
All of us martyred here. And then so cruelly profaned
Oh wait,
by
that looks like
Cain,
shit on the
he
stream.
imposed his gift on our noble corpses.
Let's just leave it like that today.
For the first time, I beheld the image of my Sarafan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become. And a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Cain and destroy him.
You expect them to sound all emo. Yeah, it's very Shakespearean. The dialogue in this game, is that a word? Shakespearean. Where am I going here? Right. Probably where I came in. Can I go that way? I guess we're going up the stairs. There's a word. Okay, so yeah, the dialogue in the Legacy of Kain games is very Shakespearean. Stutter there.
I emerged, and for the first time beheld Nosgoth in its former glory. The land overflowed with abundant life and vitality. And I knew with certainty then that the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of Nosgoth, a lifeless husk bled dry by the corruption of Cain's parasitic empire. This was the fragile world Cain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition, heedless of the profound cost. The sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest. If Cain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him.
Yellow Jack and Dax. Yeah. So as soon as you jumped into the water on the demo on the PS2, the game would. Well, actually, I think you could like swim about for a little bit. It was as soon as Raziel like surfaced, the game demo would just end. You know. Right. Oh God. Come on, I'm still technically a vampire. This water is stinging me. Am I being stupid? Where the fuck do I go here? Okay, over there.
this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn to the ring, illuminating it. This
Ouroboros.
created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
Yeah, checkpoint, basically. So, one thing I definitely remember about Soul Reaver 2, compared to the first one, it's a much more linear game, okay? I don't remember there being like too much exploration, which honestly feels like maybe that's a result of the game being a little bit rushed, I'm not sure. But it also meant, because I think I talked about this before, but like, you know, Soul Reaver 1, I didn't get far in that game at all when I was younger. But when I started playing this on the PS2, you know, I barely, like, I pretty much never made like a dent in Soul Reaver 1, but I was able, this was the first Soul Reaver game I ever finished, was Soul Reaver 2, you know? So, again, I'm excited to see what my, how my opinions changed, you know? If at all.
These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence. By simply touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
So Soul Reaver 2 does not let you save anywhere. Soul Reaver 1 did, though. Oh yeah, you got like these weird shots whenever you would save the game, I remember. Oh yeah, look at that. The model's there. Now it's not. Now it's there. Now it's not. I don't think there's any ray tracing in this one. Take you on Soul Reaver 1 on the Dreamcast. Yeah, Marshall, it's one of my favourite Dreamcast games, honestly. Played the shit out of it when I was younger, like. But again, even though I played the shit out of it, I genuinely did not get that far in it. I was too stupid.
I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Like, I think I've said before, but I definitely had, like, a time in my life where I genuinely, like, could not... I never quite grasped the concept of saving, alright? Unless it was a game that would, like, save by itself, like Sonic Adventure. I always struggled with games where you had to, like, save manually. Like, I don't know why. I was really, really stupid. And Soul Reaver was definitely one of them. And it was easy enough. You just had to pause the game and there, you could save the game that way. But yeah, see, like, you see this straight line that we're going down here? Honestly, that is a lot of this game, alright? A lot of Nosgoth is just a straight line. It's like Final Fantasy 13, alright? Dead, cool. What's this? It's very linear. Yeah, FF10 is linear, but somehow you don't really notice it as much as you did in FF13. It's weird. The game had a password system. Did I ever drop them down? Probably in like the Mega Drive and the SNES era, Marshall. Yeah, I would have done that. Again, it's weird because I went through like... I figured out how to like save my game in like Ocarina of Time and other games like that, so it's like, how could I not figure out how to save like Soul Reaver 1? I was stupid. I was stupid. I have 2 memories of this game. My mum wouldn't let me play it till I was 9. I was 7 at the time, and I never worked out how to climb the first wall that requires it. Well, you need to acquire the ability to... you need to acquire that ability in Soul Reaver 1 anyway. This is Soul Reaver 2. Even though Raziel can climb walls, I think he can climb walls in this game, can he? Yeah, I think he can use like all of his powers from Soul Reaver. You stay in the water too much. Really doesn't look that different, does it? Apart from the model, obviously. Let's devour that dog's soul. Kill him, Raziel. Soul Reaver. Hello, Objective, how are you? I don't think anybody answered this question before, by the way. How's the audio now? Some folk were moaning about the game being too quiet. How does it sound now? I'm fine and dandy, Objective, cheers. Again, I'm like, it's the weirdest sense of like, oh, I remember this, but do I? This is what 20 years does to you. Ouroboros. Right, this way. One other thing about this like collection, actually, you see how the camera went downwards there because the game needed some time to load. There's apparently like they apparently like restored some cut content that you can muck about with.
Had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kain's derelict empire. They seem to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believe that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
They blew it on the waterfall secret. No, that's just me being a fake fan, Sephiroth. I thought there was something there, but there wasn't. See, again, there really is no reason to use the fucking Soul Reaver. Like, maybe at the end of the game when some of the enemies are like stupid big and you just want to get rid of them a bit more quickly, but again, when you're trying to like keep your health up and that, You don't want to use them. This map is fucking useless. Yeah, I came that way. And beyond this gate, yep. Here we go. Oh my, is this a puzzle? Nah, I think I just have to hold it down, don't I? Yeah.
The pillars of Nosgoth, pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
Yeah. I love the conversations that Kain and Raziel have, you know?
I know you're there, Raziel.
Okay, Kain looks pretty good. Yeah, Kain gets Kain's definitely an upgrade. Alright, I wasn't so sure about Raziel, but Kain is, yeah, that's an upgrade.
Hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue him? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Kain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Kain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Kain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Baron's guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. Seen how she comes to hold these pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Baron's guardian. Such is my destiny. The moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the guardian Nup.
Well, we'll talk about Shenmue 3 in a minute, CW.
Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nup Raptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle
Actually, I
descends
better
into
grab my
madness.
laptop
I
charger. Be right back.
obtained it at the moment of my birth, instantly rendering capable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me. Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the circle then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Cain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself? Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is the motivation enough. At least it's honest.
Oh shit! I love that line.
Do it honestly.
Do it honestly.
30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin.
So I didn't know this, right? What Kate is describing right here, this is actually the ending of Blood Omen 1. And it's actually up to the player if they want to, like, sacrifice themselves for the good of Nosgoth or just keep their life and, you know, corrupt it and be the ruler.
The coin lands on the
Canonically, Cain refused the sacrifice, and that's why you hear it at the beginning of on the title screen. I didn't actually know that when I was younger. I learned that very recently, in fact.
We agree then that the pillars are crucial and must be restored. Yes, Raziel. That's why we've come full circle to this place. So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new guardians can be born. Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us. Your arrogance is boundless, Cain.
There's a third option.
A monumental secret hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here. You said it yourself, Cain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently, sir.
But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
It's such a cool cutscene. Also, hold on a minute. 1, 2. I feel like every time I look at the pillars, right? Sometimes there's like 10, sometimes there's 9. Canonically, I think there's 9, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I go mental and it's like I see a 10th one. Anyway.
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand. Why I had so willingly allowed Cain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Cain after he had valued me so little. And yet, I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn. But if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
Okay, anyway. CW, you were asking about Shenmue 3. I did play Metaphor Marshall. It was really good. Really good indeed. Yeah, so I haven't had a chance to talk about this, have I? Shenmue 3 has a new publisher. ININ. The folks that did Air Twister. In fact, let me get some visual aids real quick. Hold on. Okay, so, yeah, ININ, the guys that did, like, that published this game, I should say, Air Twister, and I don't think they even, like, funded this game, because this game was originally, like, an Apple Arcade exclusive. Some people forget that, but eventually, after that exclusivity ran out, Yu Suzuki, you know, he opted to port it to consoles, and It's really good. I actually really like Air Twister, which, by the way, fun fact, if you play Air Twister on the Steam Deck, you can actually use the touchscreen to play the game, and it's identical to how it played on Apple Arcade on smartphones. So the definitive way to play Air Twister is actually on the Steam Deck. Fun fact. But so there's a video out there, like most Shenmue fans will know this name, Adam Korlick. He actually did a video talking about his thoughts on this, and it's a fascinating watch because he divulges a few things about Shenmue 3. Here's my copy right here. This is the Kickstarter exclusive slipcase that you would have got. But yeah, he divulges some shit about Shenmue 3, behind the scenes stuff. TLDR, Deep Silver were arseholes to Yu Suzuki to the IP, and at least according to Adam, Deep Silver were responsible for a lot of things that were wrong with Shenmue 3, and Yu Suzuki was apparently happy to let the contract run out there. Okay, seems to be making a habit of that, doesn't he? Now he's partnered up with ININ to publish Shenmue 3, which is so weird. This doesn't normally happen, does it? ININ, I don't think they're a big publisher at all. I think they're just a very small time indie publisher. But I guess to grab something like Shenmue 3's publishing rights is a big get for them. And what they're going to do is unknown, but there was a survey. There was a survey that came out saying that where would you like Shenmue 3 to go? Would you like it to go to PS5? Would you like it to go to Xbox? Would you like it to go to Switch? I filled it out, and I was just I can't even mind what I picked, but I'm just look, just whatever, I'll buy it. Okay, I'll fucking. That's kind of the unfortunate thing, when you get down to brass tacks, is that ININ, if there's going to be a future here for Shenmue, we kind of have to buy Shenmue 3 again, and not a lot of people are probably going to want to do that except for the die-hard Shenmue fans, Where is the survey? If you go on I think it's still available, Marshall. If you just look up, I don't know, you probably Google it and find it easily enough. A bunch of the Shenmue fan Twitter accounts were retweeting it and all that. So you could probably, if you look up ININ's official Twitter account, they'll probably be talking about it and that, But that's how you feel about Yakuza on Switch. I think this is a bit different, Jack and Dax, because Yakuza is obviously a extremely successful IP at this point, whereas Shenmue definitely is not. But it's I guess it's just it's nice that Shenmue news is kind of here again. There's reasons to sort of be hopeful. And I had to say that I'd given up hope on Shenmue 4 is maybe a bit incorrect, but I was starting to think to myself that, you know what, maybe it's okay that it doesn't continue, right? Maybe it's okay that the story doesn't go on, right? Because I'd been a fan for so long, all these years, and even without Shenmue 3, that love never wavered. So the fact that Shenmue came back and had a chance, we got Shenmue 3, we got the HD collection, we got an anime, we got a shitload of merch. And by the way, according to Adam Korlick again, both of these games made money. Shenmue 3 and Shenmue 1, well, we kind of would have gathered this was a relatively simple HD port, but this apparently made Deep Silver money, okay? I don't know how much, but it didn't make them lose money anyway. So, it did feel I guess Shenmue was back for a bit and then it died again, But now the news is kind of picking back up again, and I'm getting excited again, because whatever Shenmue shit comes out, I'm gonna buy them. I always will. All right, I'll be there to offer my support. I don't know if I'll donate another $500 to the Kickstarter like I did with Shenmue 3 again. I don't think I'll ever go that far again, but I don't regret doing that. Okay, I was glad to be there to support that when I did, and it's exciting to see what the future holds. So we'll see how that goes. I did get the feeling he was tired of Deep Silver fucking things up. Again, I don't know how much of it was, because, like, one thing I always remember... You guys remember that Shenmue 3 was an Epic Store exclusive for a little bit, back when those were happening a bunch. Okay, you don't really see them anymore. I don't think Epic Games got that return on investment, but I remember that being like a big sticking point for a lot of people. But it's obviously on Steam right now. I actually have it like reinstalled because I want to like play. I want to actually stream Shenmue 3 again. I don't know if I ever streamed Shenmue 3. I probably have, but you know, just in like the hype of like all this news coming out, I was wanting to do it again. I'm just waiting for the right time, but I'm obviously quite hyped about Soul Reaver now, so I'm doing that. Hopefully whatever IIN does with Shenmue 3 is successful enough for other publishers to take interest, but not get my hopes up yet. Yeah, I think that's probably a healthy thing, CW, is not to get your hopes up. You know what I mean? But again, there probably will be some sort... Even if it, like... I would think that it coming to Xbox would be one of the better case scenarios. Or like a PS5 native version that has like a higher resolution. Or maybe what I want is for them to like... Just give it like a little patch, like a little... Like, there's a mod out there called Shenmue 3 Kiwami, and it does things like zooms out the camera when you're walking around and in battle to make things like a little bit more dynamic in that sense. There's other quality of life improvements that could be made, like removing the fucking eating system. Take that away. You know? Add it in the options, just take it away. Folk wouldn't mind that. Or just other like little, you know, those little Chobu-chan collectibles that you could find. Maybe just add in more of those. You know, there's little things that you could do that probably wouldn't like take that much work. All right, they could like just do something like that and advertise it as such. And like, I'm not asking for anything like too big, like overhaul the fighting system, which was one of the weaker parts of the game for sure. You know. I'm not. That would take way too much work. Okay, but little things like that they could probably do and market it as such. I don't know. I'm really hoping. We'll see what happens. You know. You've done some streams of it, but I don't remember the full playthroughs. You say it was not the best stream game. I mean, that's kind of the case with Shenmue in general, but you kind of need to know what you're doing, you know. I saw the video you mentioned. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's another thing, you know. Like, I mean, Adam in that video, he's talking about how he can, like... One of the things that ININ could do is maybe patch in that, too. Oh, wait a minute. Who was it that said they couldn't figure out how to climb this wall? Yeah, this is actually really confusing because Raziel can climb flat walls, but... Oh god, this doesn't look right. Yeah, and it looks like he should be able to, but no, you just gotta go into the spirit world for this, yeah. Like, I almost don't want to... That almost doesn't sound like... I don't want to get my hopes up too much for that. It would be cool, but... I don't know. I don't know about that. The Eric Kelso mod, that is. I mean, no offense to Greg Chun, Baron Crystal would have been extra special. I agree, CW. Yeah, like, I think Greg Chun did, like, a pretty good job as Ren. But, it's, you know, it was supposed to be a sort of, like, for the fans game, you know what I mean? And Yu Suzuki himself said that he wanted, like, everybody, as many people as possible to come back. I bet, like, again, going back to what, like... Sorry, I'm actually going to pause this so I can continue this point. Going from, like, the vibes that I got from Adam's video about how a lot of things wrong with the game was probably Deep Silver's fault, I bet they probably wanted to voice a more famous actor or more, like, a professional actor. Because Eric Kelso, I don't think he does, like, too much work these days. So they probably wanted someone like Greg Chun just in the game. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if that was on them, but I don't know.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Oh, yep, I think it's corridor. Janos.
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key. And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
Right, I think, is this the first, like, dungeon? Quote unquote? Yeah, Soul Reaver 2 does actually have, like, kind of dungeons, which I guess Soul Reaver 1 kind of had them as well. Can we soak these guys in? So might as well use the Reaver. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Shenmue 4 is meant to be the last game in the series, right? I feel like Yu Suzuki changes his mind every time he talks about that, Toho. I think at one point he did say, oh god, it's eating me up. At one point he did say he wanted it to be 4 games, but I think he's since... I don't think there was enough of what he wanted in Shenmue 3, alright? So no, I don't know if he could finish it up with Shenmue 4 quite... Honestly, I think he should. I'm just thinking, look, I know it might not be your original vision, but just get this story finished, alright? Oh yeah, this bit.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Cain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel.
How do you look? How's your glow up? Oh god, it's just the eyes. That is weird.
Ah, my ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. The silence was refreshing and lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present, here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hope appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Not sure what looks worse or better there.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Cain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Cain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
I've never seen Hunchback in Notre Dame.
But beware. To embrace
But yeah, that's him,
is
aye.
to invite poison into your heart. Cain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate...
Actually, Sephiroth, it was 39,000.
I have
Oh
no
wait, fuck,
illusions
was it?
about his
Fuck, I don't want to come off as a
nor
fake fan.
anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all
Why do I think it was 684 yen?
sides. Seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony
Fuck.
of birth and death.
I'm
and
such a fake
rebirth.
fan.
This is the wheel of
I don't actually like anything,
your life
guys.
cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my soul reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast. End the vampire's parasitic curse and restore Nosgoth. Cain's blood belongs on your hands.
Cain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Cain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse. And after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Is it hard to live the life of a fake fan? It is when you've got people watching you on Twitch and you say something wrong. Camera angles.
Do not fail me.
It's kind of weird when, like, it's only really been in this game, at least talking about the two Soul Reaver games, where they call attention to the fact that, you know, the Elder Gold is just a giant sea monster thing. Cthulhu, whatever. Where you do actually see him in the opening of Soul Reaver 1, but they don't call attention to that fact. Could be doing with some health. See if I can get through this without attacking anybody. Oh yeah, I can climb this. Yeah. Look, everything is extremely hard in the last game that Lord Vegas ever played. Okay. Fun fact. wonder if the game wants me to go into the spirit realm right now. My favourite moment in Shenmue, what did I say? Oh, I actually said walking through the end of Shenmue 2 where you're walking through the woods with Shenhua. In hindsight, you know what? Actually, I think I was drunk when I filled that questionnaire out. I was on holiday when it came out and I was just like... Or was I on holiday? I don't know, I was drunk anyway, and I'm an alcoholic, guys, what do you expect? And, yeah. In hindsight, should I have said that? Do I want a whole game based around that? I don't know about that, but it is my favourite Shenmue moment. Walking through the woods with Shenhua. Very wholesome.
I surfaced into a very different landscape. The daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest. Here I discovered an ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers, but long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp. I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
Oh, might you? You can take the section of Hiroshima and round walking a cliff and make it playable. I wonder, Ren would be a bit of a third wheel. He's just going on about treasure. Right, could you come out of the swamp for a minute so that I can eat your soul? Don't kill me. Oh, they're gonna fuck me up, aren't they? Come on, let me kill him. Oh, thank you. Again, I'm not like super getting my hopes up about, you know, new Shenmue content, but I'm ready for whatever ININ wants to announce. Uh-oh. See, everybody can teleport.
So, my lurking observer was exposed. The creature vanished when he realized he was discovered. But I caught a glimpse of him, and his features were distinctive enough. This was the vampire Vorador, the monstrous assassin depicted in the stronghold.
I mean, I do love it when nightfall happens. That little chime that occurs, very atmospheric.
Would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first, I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
Very particular improvements like you see a Shenmue 3 re-release. Like I said, like there's a mod out there, Shenmue 3 Kiwami. Basically, just copy that. Okay, I've never played it, to be fair, but there's a few things that they put in there that would be very nice. That and removing the eating, alright? Remove the eating. Maybe you could do other little things that wouldn't take too much work, like increase the level cap for Neo, you know? But, aye. What are you even talking about, Toho? Oh God, Yuan. let's not use Yuan as a example of a positive representation, shall we? Oh, I've devoured 30 souls. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, hold the bus. Hold on here. I gotta give Spire a bit of shite for this. Neo and Tom. I think Neo and Goro had better chemistry. Okay, look at this. Remaster original, remaster original. The grass is, it's identical. Well, okay, there's a little bit of higher textures, but the grass is like not coming in that well. I guess it's like just not as thick, but it's weird. Right. Yeah, I see what I've been saying, by the way. The game is just like, it's just a straight line, and there, apart from fighting enemies, there isn't really anything to... Yeah, I don't think there's really anything to collect in Shenmue. In Soul Reaver 2, you know? Well, am I a playtester? I don't know, when it's the game's first day being released, isn't everybody just a playtester these days, Marshall? Right. Anyway, with that said, we're at a save point here. I think I'll just call it there. So, I don't know if I want to, like... I think I want to play for the entirety of this game on stream, guys. Okay? Right now, I'm playing some research and duck development. Bleh. Will this go on YouTube? Maybe. We could probably put it up on YouTube if I can. Hopefully I'm not, like, too lazy. But, I'm playing, like, because right now, like, off stream I'm still playing Dragon Quest 3. That game is so long for a fucking NES game. And I'm playing Silent Hill 2 as well. And when I'm done with that, I want to play, like, Indiana Jones, okay? And one thing I've always... I never like having, like, too many... I never like having too many games going on at once, you know what I mean? So, I'll maybe make this my stream game then. We'll see how it goes anyway. Yeah, Silent Hill 2 is pretty good. And with that said, I see that Lelia is streaming. She's streaming, like, art, apparently. Let's raid her, shall we? I always forget. How do you raid again? Raid channel. Okay. Right, let's go raid her. Anyway. Thanks very much, guys. See you after. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. So am I back? I didn't like... Fuck! Fuck! She's got like an underscore, alright? She's got like an underscore on her fucking like name, and I didn't put the underscore in. Oh, unbelievable. Right. And I don't think I could do it again. I'm putting in like raid here, and it's not giving me like that. Can I? Hold on. Let's see if I do it like this. No, it's not letting me do it now. Because I already raided. Knackers. Oh well. Maybe if I refresh, it'll let me do it again. Nah, it is not letting me raid. The channel. Yeah, the channel I raided is offline. Because that's not Lelia's channel. Okay, our channel name... Wait. Our channel name is Lelia, but an underscore at the end. See, I did Lelia. It's actually Lelia underscore. And that's where I fucked up. That's where I fucked up. Can you guys still hear me? Oh, those of you who stuck around, that is. Okay, see, and I'm trying to like do the thing again. I'm trying to like do it again, but I guess since I've already raided, it's not letting me now. It's not letting me do it again. You can only raid like once per stream or what have you. Toho, I raided the wrong channel. Alright, that's why it's offline. Okay, Lelia, actual Lelia, like I'm seeing her right now, she's live. Okay, I did the wrong channel. Okay. That's annoying. Unless I do like host, can I do host? You are actually explain. I don't know. That would just explain how. That would be awkward as hell. Explain how much of a failure I am at streaming. Well, to be fair, she already knows you all already know how terrible I am at streaming. Fuck. Well, that's the name of our channel anyway. Feel free to, I don't know. I'll go bleed my heart out over there the new, but I'm just gonna end the stream the new anyway. Fuck. Anyway, see you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh god, I really don't want this to go up on YouTube now. Bye bye.